I'm in. I've got this other phone so I could try to watch chat. I did figure out how to slide it and find my live chat. I can't believe it. But I know I'm subscribed on this phone and didn't get a... Don't think I got a notification. That's crazy. Who knows?
Could I come in and say hi to everyone?
Well, ain't nobody here yet.
Oh.
Here we go. There I am. There's Miss CJ Blaze. There's David. Hey, hey, hey. Ethan didn't want to go live on his, but he wants to come say hi on mine.
Hey, everyone. It's me, Ethan.
Oops, I need to... Gosh, this thing's delayed. I changed my flag. I guess I need to move somehow because you really can't see what the flag is. Oh, you got the email, by the way? Good. I hadn't checked. I don't know. I've got my flag hidden. I wonder if I can scoot my table up. And no. Well, shoot. I don't know what to do. Don't know, y'all. Maybe if I come over this way. Well, you can see it a little better. You can see it a little better. There we go. That's better. I love my flag. Love it, love it, love it. I thought I saw Lisa. I spoke to Lisa. Did I not see Lisa? Oh my goodness, I don't have a brain. I don't know. I thought it was a little earlier. Well, we got 5 people watching. I thought it was a little earlier and maybe we could get a few people in and it wouldn't be so late for everybody. How's that little beautiful baby doing, Miss CJ? Ethan, honey, will you turn the heat down with the door closed? It is hot in here.
Yes, left or right?
To the left. I went back and was reviewing my live the other night, and I said, oh, I do have a topic. And then I totally squirreled myself and completely forgot what I was going to talk about. But do you know they have changed it? You know, forever we could go back, and if something was blocked or deleted, we could see it. Not anymore. It's gone, gone, gone. Can't see nothing. So, that's odd. They've made changes that I don't think is particularly good. But I did spend about 4 hours today wasting my time trying to get into my old channel. It's useless. I can't get a password for the email account associated with it, and I can change the email account associated with it, but I have to have the password, and I don't have the password. YouTube also removed Ethan's live, the last one he did. I went looking for it and couldn't find it. Well, that's odd, isn't it? Let me see. I don't know why they would if I was in there with him. Let me see. Live. No, honey, it's there. Uh-oh. Do y'all know what? You're not going to believe this. No, it's there. Under live. It's you have to go to the live thing to find it. It's there. Hand nanny charger. My phone's gonna die on me. No, that's not it. It's the other one. I did this one other time. See if you can scoot that cord for me.
That better?
A little bit more.
Just farthest.
That's farthest as it go. Uh-oh. Did I pull it out? I pulled it out. No, I didn't. Let's pull your cord, and then we'll pull it back. We'll just have to find it. No, it's there, David. Did you see it? Okay, now let me scoop my big face. We had me on the TV the other night, and I thought, oh my God, I'd never seen me on the TV before. That was horrible. Okay, no, he's there. Now, I did mess up and turn his comments off, but I turned them back on. I do that all the time, CJ will tell you. I do that all the time. And then I was in YouTube Studio, and my word, oh, Ethan, open the door. His mom's sleeping. I found all kinds of comments from people that didn't go under the videos. Oh, you can see it now? Okay. Maybe you looked when I was messing with it to turn the comments back on. But I found all kinds of people that commented on old videos on my old channel. Oh, is he? Close that door so I don't bother your mom. Don't slam it. Turn the knob. Well, that's good. They made that condo for the cat, and he went in it. Okay, good. Maybe it was just when I was messing with it, turning these comments back on. I don't know how to turn them off because they were on, had comments. But in YouTube Studio, well, hi, Drops Family Garden. Don't visit you too much except, let me see, on this phone. Except the trading channels during the week. Well, I'm sure glad to see you. How are ya? You doing good? I hope so. How's that wifey doing? Is all well? Let's see, y'all moved from the West Coast over toward the East Coast, didn't you? I don't remember now where you went. I can't remember. Drop Ethan has a channel now. He worked his little tail off to get his 50 subscribers so he could go live, and then he could go live. And we went live last night so he could thank everybody, and he couldn't think of anything to say. Arkansas. Okay, that's right. Do you like it there? I've only been through Arkansas one time, crossing over to Tulsa. I was going to Tulsa and cut the corner, I guess. Across the river. Isn't that the Mississippi River? Did I cross? I don't remember. That's where Walmart corporate is. Oh. Yeah, where we moved reminds me of Georgia. Yeah, you used to live in Georgia, didn't you? Years ago? I didn't see much of Arkansas. I spent most of my time in Orca is scaled to thee. 20 years ago, 20 years in Georgia. That's scaled to thee that used to be on the old channel. Oh, thank you, CJ. CJ dropped your link so Drop can subscribe to you. If you would, please. He wants it. I'm in there with him so we can keep comments on. But I think he's going to want to tend to do some kid stuff. Yes, your old user was scaled to thee. So I don't know. He might change his mind so he can do more kid stuff instead of the chatty, talky stuff. But that's okay. Gosh, I'm glad I remembered I could plug my phone in. Huh. Well, I didn't know their corporate office was in Arkansas. I don't know, never really thought about it. I do have 2 Sprite bottles. I did change. You can at least see the Sprite on this one. I still haven't got a Sprite bottle. Ethan wants me to get a new bottle when they get raggedy looking because I just buy 2 liters and fill these bottles up. But when we go into a gas station or store or something, he don't remember to remind me. But let me tell you what, Diet Sprite's hard to find. Oh, I can't see that. I'm going to have to use my phone. Oh. You drove a truck for Walmart for 5 years? I didn't know that. I did not know that. Twisted Turkey. How are you, darling?
How in the world is Twisted Turkey?
I'll have to tell you later. It's good to see ya. Twisted Turkey, you want to be a mod? You want a mod for me, Twisted Turkey? I'm glad you didn't have to work. Sure, why not? Well, shoot. Yep, there you go. There you go. I can't get over these 2 phones. One right under another and the one underneath so I can try to read chat and not have to move my glasses so much. My gosh, I'm so blind. So blind. There she goes, Blue. Yep. You know what? Oh, Sweet Earth Farm. Y'all remember, everybody's changing their names. Sweet Earth Farm was Sunny Preps.
Sunny Preps?
You remember Sunny Preps? She's on here. Come and let her see how big you are. I hope you don't mind. I'll call you Sunny Preps. Look at this boy. I don't know. You might have subscribed to his channel. Wait a minute. She's waving at you. Oh, you're getting under the cords. Yeah, he didn't want to go live on his channel. I offered him to go live first. And he said no. Oh, I won't. I won't. Yes. She is subscribed to your channel.
Thank you.
I put a lot of effort into his channel. It's pretty. Mine's not pretty. I never did fool with it. And that used to drive Homegrown crazy.
Hi, CJ.
He'd call me and say, why in the world?
CJ is watching.
Yep, CJ's there, and David is there, and Twisted Turkey is there. Diana Lynn. Yes, it's your West Virginia Prepared Mind. Are you one of the ones I sent a message today? I was in my YouTube studio, and I found, oh, CJ said hi, Ethan.
I said hi too.
She said hi too. He said hi too, he said. I found all kinds of comments that God only knows how long they had been there. I don't know why comments will go to my studio and not go under the video. I had that problem with the other channel. So it was comments that I hadn't addressed in any way whatsoever. So I said hi to everybody and told them that I was on this number 2 channel. And I know, thank you. Of course, I'm a little partial, but thank you, Diana Lynn. There's a link up there somewhere. If you scroll back, CJ put his channel link. He has a channel. His channel's pretty. Y'all know I never messed with mine, but of course we didn't have Chat GPT back then. And I go in and work, talk that stupid AI. I hate AI. I do. But man, for his channel, it's made some pretty thumbnails. Who's that? Oh, I had scrolled up. There we go. There you go, Diana Lynn. His channel's pretty. His favorite video where you can really see what his personality is. I took him to McDonald's for the first time in 6 months. So this year, just settling in, looking to buy 30 acres up the road to increase my seed and plant start biz. Oh, that's good. How have I been? Well, I'm not in West Virginia, where I was born and raised and where the farm is. That tells you how I've been. I've been crazy. Last May, my son that was in the car wreck that had brain trauma and all kinds of complications, he passed away. So my brain has been mush since May last year. I can say it without crying now. Well, Diana Lynn, I'd love to tell you, sweetheart, but it's probably safer for me not to. Oh, we had moved to Virginia. His mama decided to move, and she left Ethan with me and went to Virginia, just a couple hours away. Moon phase 5. Oh my goodness, you caught alive. It's good to see you. And that wasn't too bad because I could, you know, drop him off at school and go back to West Virginia if I needed to and be back in time to get him. And then we could leave Friday, and especially if he had like a Monday off or a long weekend. Thank you, Drop. I appreciate that. Oh. Well, JK's is a long story. Let's see. Let me pick this phone up so I can see. No, that's okay, sweetheart. And I've got a reason. Listen, I've got, you know, my other channel was WVPM at protonmail.com. Now it's WVPM2. I wasted another 4 hours today seeing if I could get back in that channel. And it's impossible. It's impossible. I could have, the way I wasn't worried about it, I hadn't changed any numbers or the email address or anything. And I had my old phone that still worked on text. So I could manage that channel. And I was gone to the farm one weekend, and JK got lonely, and he had met some friends online. And, well, I'm glad I popped up and you saw me. You must have been subscribed to WVPM News. That's how long you've been with me, because I just changed the name on WVPM News. And I hate that because CJ did me such a pretty intro that, of course, I don't have a computer now. I don't know how to do it on the phone. But anyway, then his mama decided to move again. Oh, you saw I was up last week? I'm so glad. And he's been begging. And it was, I just couldn't make myself push this button and go live. Life was just too big of a mess, you know. I didn't have any, I couldn't even be pleasant. And I cried a drop of a hat, and God knows I hate to cry. I cried that last live at the end like a dummy, and I hate that. I don't know how, but my life has been crazy. Well, mine has too. My life has been absolutely unreal. Drop, so you're planting seeds and growing plants and selling plants. That's awesome. I did a bunch of plants in red cups, I don't know, probably 3-4 years ago. And I don't know how many plants I killed. We had a cold snap and I had put them out. That's awesome. But I did all of mine, so none of my family or friends had to buy plants. And me and Ethan worked ourselves to death on all of those plants that we grew. And then the weather got pretty, and Derek has died. Libo Hound is on here when he comes into chat. Thank you, honey. Yeah, that was a shock. Me and him had big plans. If I can keep myself from crying, I'm going to tell that story on the anniversary. It was 5/24. I don't know that I can, but if I can, I will. It was not a drug overdose by fentanyl or anything like that. Well, one time in his life, it could have been on something when he was in college, but he was recreational. He never did overdo anything. And I guess he's through college, he tried about everything in the world on the market. You know how college campuses are. Then he'd come home, tell me about it, worry me to death. But he always told me everything. There wasn't anything he didn't tell me. But anyway, on the anniversary of his death, I might tell the story just to honor him, remember him. I've got pictures of him, and of course it was his ex-wife. And Ethan likes stuff in the windowsill. I've never been a big windowsill decorator except at Christmas, but he just loves stuff in the windowsill. If I can get this crazy thing up. Let's see. There's JK and his wife and his daughter playing softball. And there's my Lily that used to come in chat that graduated last year. Can y'all believe that? Look at that pretty thing. I hate to call her pretty and then tell everybody she's my mini-me, but she is. But I wasn't bad looking when I was her age. Listen, it's been a mess. Let me tell you, I will talk about this. If you have a loss in your life, thank you. Thank you so much. I was reading the Bible, and I don't even remember now what I came across, but basically, whether times are good or times are bad, we're supposed to thank God for it, you know, because if times are bad, there has to be a lesson there we're supposed to learn, or it's a test we're supposed to pass. And after I read that, because I had a really hard time, listen, for 6 months, man, just at the drop of a hat, I just burst into tears. And so I started, after I read that passage, I started, every time I'd start to feel sad, I would thank God. I worry every day about my 23-year-old daughter. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a worry that you don't want to have. But here's what I do. He was 42. The odd thing is he was 42. His daughter was 18. My dad was killed in a mining accident. He was 42. I was 18. Isn't that strange? But, well, thank you. No, I'm old, and I'll be 65 in September. Can y'all believe that? But I thank, every time I start feeling sad about JK, I thank God for the 42 years that he loaned that precious little soul to me and gave me the opportunity to get to know his sweet personality and funny. Yeah, I can't talk about this long. I'll start crying on y'all. And he knows that I'm sad that I miss him. He turned 60 this year. I'll be 65. So I got you beat. And when I get finished praying, thanking God for letting me have that precious little soul and his funny little personality and choosing me to be his mama on this earth. And I know that he was just given to me on loan. That helped me. That truly helped me because I was just a mess. I turned into a stress eater. Oh my goodness. I weighed as much as I did when I was toxemic, had 30 pounds of fluid on me, and I weighed as much as I did when I gave birth to Ethan's daddy. So I've been on a carnivore diet. Is this thing too high? I don't know. But after Friday night's live, I went live again. I knew nobody would be up. Lord, it was probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and read a little bit of scripture because Friday was a little exciting, to say the least. But that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I do pretty good. I have my moments. I don't know that is a little piece of my heart that will ever heal. I don't think I'll ever stop missing him. But there's a bunch of pictures of him and his brother on this wall here. And they're pictures of happy times. Most of them was before his wreck. You'll be 68 in 2 weeks. Well, don't let us forget so we can tell you happy birthday, because I'm horrible with birthdays. If I don't put it in my phone, of course I can't because I'm on my phone. And I've got JK's phone as an extra here. Lord have mercy, it's an Android. I cannot work this thing. I just have an awful fit with it. That alien lost 2 wives, 1. Wait a minute. Oh. I didn't know you lost 2. I knew you lost the mother of your daughter. That's the one you lost to cancer. Well, you're still married now. Phoebe? It wasn't Phoebe, was it? Listen, I've been so gone from YouTube, I didn't know until 1st of December that Vlad Gruitz had passed. That was horrible. I used to. He won't leave Daystar, so I won't watch anymore in that hot mess. A Daystar, but Vlad somebody, I can't, Skolvik, or I don't know, he's got a accent. I can't think of his name, but I was searching him. It was before all this Daystar mess. I knew about it and blew up. And when I put Vlad in, all of the videos came up about oh, I didn't know you had another wife. Oh, July the 28th of this past year, Diana? This past 2024? Let's see, the 23rd. What did you say? It was July the 28th, day before my sister's birthday. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. I'm so sorry. You know, I was 18 and my mom lost her mind when our dad was killed in the mines, and I was so busy trying to take care of her and take some college classes and plan a wedding and get married, and life was so chaotic that I didn't take care of myself. My dad had been dead about 5 years before I just burst into tears one day, and I hadn't grieved. And I really haven't grieved over J.K. Wright. Oh, honey. Oh, my God. I bet. Well, J.K.'s daddy found him. And I don't know that he'll ever forget that. And it's so funny. Well, it's not funny. It's odd. He would fall asleep leaned against his wall when he'd slide down the wall. And these little feet would be hanging off the bed. And I was going through pictures. And once I saw it, I remembered. But that's how his dad found him. The way he would fall over and go to sleep. And I found a picture of him like that. Oh, my gosh. And it just sent shockwaves through me. Well, honey, listen, you're going to have to do what I just said. However many years you had with him. Even if you can't bring it from the depths of your soul. Start thanking God for the time that you had with him. And God will help you heal that and get to the point you can talk about it like I am right now. Now, it's not like that every day, but it is better. Yes, moon phase 5. I can't, my lips don't want to talk. So, but I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get into all that, but I guess it was meant for me to. So, Diana, honey, we love you. And I promise you, I will say a prayer for you. And you pray and thank God for the time that you had, however long. Mention the exact time. Okay, that's fine, honey. That's fine. We're good. Yes, we'll say a prayer for you. Yeah, I'll drop when I got on YouTube. It hadn't been too awful long before your wife had passed. Now that's the mother of your daughter, correct? We're going back into history here, and my brain's mush. So if I get something wrong, don't be offended. Okay, yeah, I remember that. It was sad. Even though it'd been a few years, you were still struggling a tad with it. Well, because you were raising a teenage daughter, that was tough. You were in Washington then, weren't you? Oh, that is so nice. What state are you in? Don't tell me a town. Just what state are you in? He moved from Florida. It was probably good. Oh, you're in Maryland. Okay. You're probably not far from homegrown in Pennsylvania. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, Chesapeake Bay is beautiful. That area is absolutely beautiful. I haven't had an aunt that on the Beltway, she was two exits before Andrews Air Force Base. And I grew up going up there to visit her. So did anybody get to look at any of the JFK papers? The only thing I know is what I listened to YouTubers say. I moved up to Washington State to take care of my folks in their last years. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That was good of you. That was good of you. JK would have been the one to really see more about taking care of me, but Ethan says he'll always take care of me. Hopefully I don't need taking care of, and when my old body's worn out, God will just take me home. Yeah, Drop is good people. He is. I gave him a hard time for a little while. It's because people lied on him, and I believed the wrong people, and I'm sorry about that, Drop. I've apologized to you 2 or 3 times over that, but I really hate that. You were trying to help me, and I was lost in the craziness. Lord, those were crazy days. But anyway, the JFK files. Have y'all been able to go through any of that? I know, sweetheart. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for my little Ethan, I don't know that I'd get out of the bed and stop praying that prayer. That's true. That is true. But you know, when you love Jesus and you're saved and we're kind of misfits in this crazy world. It says bring yourself out from among them, but you still have to deal with it. You just feel out of place, But I've got to be here for this little pumpkin. Oh, and he reminds me so much of JK. He's got his sense of humor. He's got his long, skinny fingers. He reminds me so much of that boy. He is such a combination of his daddy and his uncle. It's ridiculous. Yep. JK could have never had a son that had been more like him than Ethan is. So anyway, nobody's got into the JFK files. I think we all knew the government had something to do with it. So I always said CIA and FBI, but everybody's just saying CIA. So I get that feeling out of place. Yes, I do. I have always. Let me tell y'all. Let's talk about something funny. Gosh, before we all start crying. We don't want to cry. I want us to be happy when we're together. All of my life, I could meet somebody the first time, and JK was like this. Either people loved him or hated him, and there was no in between. And I have found that to be pretty common with me. And I can't remember now if it was a bumper sticker or a t-shirt or where I saw it, but I think it was on a t-shirt. Maybe on Temu or something. Nah, it couldn't have been on Temu. I don't know. Anyway, it don't matter where I saw it. But the t-shirt said, "I'm sorry my spirit offends your demons." Sounds strange. It just killed me. And I thought, that's it. That is it. People that don't even give you a chance to get 10 words out of your mouth and just want to see how mean they can be to you and come after you and lie on you and cause you trouble. And I'm talking about all my life. I'm not talking about anything YouTube. I'm talking about my entire life. It was like that with kids. Oh, listen, if I find it again, I don't know where I found it. I think, if I can't find it to buy it, I'm going to have a t-shirt that says that. I'm sorry, my spirit offends your demons. Because it's the truth. I thought, that is it. That's what it is. And there's just some people don't want you to be nice. I mean, I had girlfriends through the years that they just didn't want you to be nice. Well, that's it. Your spirit offends their demons, sweetheart. I mean, that's a perfect explanation. Perfect. I'm going to claim it anyway. At least it makes more sense than nothing. You say, hello, how are you? And you're in a group of people and you're trying to get along and do things. And yeah, we love you, Moonface 5. I don't know. It's the discernment. I don't know what it is. I have always, from the very first time I hit the button accidentally and went live and modded a troll, and I misunderstood your comment until I figured out how to go through live chat last night. Hey, Rip Curl, how are you, honey? So good to see you. I sure appreciate you dropping in. You haven't missed one of my lives yet. Love you to pieces. Homegrown USA.
The Homegrown USA
Well, you can come tell him. What was I saying? I have no idea what I was saying. I have no clue what I was saying. Oh, you're getting chicksy. Right now we're in an apartment. Looking for a house to buy, but we're in an apartment. But you can prep in an apartment. Now, can you prep 2 years worth? No, not unless you just stack your living room high. And I can't stand clutter. New Jersey Giants and Americanas. Try not to miss you and your grandson's videos both. He is a great kiddo. Thank you, Rip Curl. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. I tried to get him to go live. I wasn't going to go live. I just wanted to do something. I'd wasted 4 hours of my day trying to recover my Gmail account to get my other channel back, and that's a lost cause. I don't even know why I did that. Did you see my text? Homegrown, I sent you. Or email. I sent you an email. You might have that stuff if you'd look around your loose papers. I sent you an explanation why I thought that. But anyway, I had said, oh, I do have a topic the other night, and then I got all squirreled around and then never did. You know, I try to be like Jen Psaki and circle back. Boy, wasn't she a mess. You don't have your old email anymore. Well, send me an email. It's WVPM2, the number 2, at protonmail.com. Okay? WVPM2 at protonmail.com. Proton mail's one word. Nobody likes the news, and everybody, I know y'all seen those clips where it's just every newscaster, same word, same word, same word, you know, just whatever the new word of the day is. Well, I was doing some research and found that, I don't know if I can say that or not. WEF, do y'all know what I'm talking about when I say WEF, that group, the WEF? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Well, let me help you remember it. It's West Virginia, WV for West Virginia, P for prepared, M for mind, and this is my second channel. So it's WVPM2 at protonmail.com. Who's that? Bad Apple Media. Did you raise me from the dead too? I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, so no, I haven't been dead. Oh gosh, David. Honey, you wanna do your thing? I don't like bad apples spoiling the world. And you've been on here listening and oh, wait. No, don't, David. Don't, David. Don't, David. I didn't know who that was. Listen, if you have a new name, you got to tell me who you are. You've got to tell me who you are, Bad Apple Media. Oh, Lord. You silly thing. How in the world are you? Am I supposed to tell people who you are, or are you incognito with that name? You still there, Bad Apple Media? I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't know who you were. Oh, you know who I is. No, not until I got a text just now telling me you're road to prison. I was just told on my other phone. I didn't know. Oh, Lord. And you probably come in late. That only offended me because I was telling everybody earlier about my son passed away last year. But anyway, we're not going to go back into that. But anyway, do y'all know who I'm talking about when I say the WEF? World Forum. Economic. CJ knew who you were. Yes, okay. They are the ones that tell the AP what to put out, and they give the AP the keywords, and whatever the AP puts out, not a clue on WEF or DEI, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then they trickle it down to the other news medias. And I thought, you know, this is when I was learning way back. I thought, oh my gosh, how much power could somebody have? That has to be crazy. And I started paying attention. And when a newscaster would be on, excuse me, and they would get a news flash, I don't know. CJ knows everything. Oh, she's a new mama now. She's a new mama. Yes, she's busy. She is a busy, busy, busy mama now. So she don't do much YouTube. But anyway, I started paying attention, and they go, oh, this is just in from the AP. And it always have those keywords. Another one, oh, this is it, because I started watching mainstream media just to check it out, making myself sick. Oh, this is just in. Busy stealth watching. Who, CJ? No, she's busy with the baby. Busy with that baby. It is wonderful. Can you imagine? You know, she's a good mama. And baby's spitting image her. Oh, I know she's a good mama. She's got a good brain. Everybody's saying congratulations, CJ. She's busy doing something she's not watching. But anyway, I started paying attention. Oh, this is just in from the AP. This is just in from the AP. And so it's true. So the World Economic Forum gives it to the AP, and then the AP passes it down to even Fox News, all of them. Newsmax, no matter who you want to watch. The AP's reported. Well, where's the AP getting their news? From the WEF?
I have a flying
I saw it. I didn't know if you wanted me to tell that or not, honey. I try to respect your privacy.
A flying tank.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It flies.
I think we're going to have to turn your channel to a kid's channel. You're just going to have to miss the comments. He loves comments. That's why I don't want to make it a kid's channel, because he remembers y'all, and he wants the comments. Now, Rip Curl, you remember Orca Crew is Scaled to Thee that was with us before. But yeah, they give the AP all the news and trickle it down. And no matter what news it is, it's reported just from the AP. It's crazy. And their new little pretend scenario that they did, just like they did in New Jersey 2019 before the last pandemic. They've done another one. Your grandson is so handsome. Tell your grandson that my 7-year-old grandson is living. Oh, Dinah Lynn's 7-year-old. Did y'all see him? Did you see how big he is? I'm sitting in a folding chair. It's not your first rodeo. No, you know all kinds of stuff. But everybody on here's not like you. Knowing everything. You have all kinds of good information. You enrolled to prison too. Listen, I got my old phone stolen. It still worked on, I'm usually there if I see an alert or you're not working. And you're appreciated. Hey, Rip, are you still associated with, who's that guy that was in North Carolina that has the beard, started out little, and buddy, he just blew up in a big hurry? I can't think of his name. All of my channels I was subscribed to was in my old phone, and I was gone to the farm one weekend, and JK was lonesome and met some people online, and they picked up 2 of my phones. We have kiosks that you can drop them in, and depending on what kind of phone it is, you get 20 or 40 bucks for it. And they stole my 2 phones, so I have no idea who I was subscribed to unless somebody pops up. But so, how you doing, Road? What was your name? Bad Apple? I don't want to call you Bad Apple. Are you still driving? Seems like I saw you and you had been hurt or something. You weren't driving. Oh, your son is Justin, named after his 4th great-grandfather. I just like the name Justice. Justus. Justice. That's a pretty name. There's a story behind Ethan's name, and I had no idea. His middle name is Keith, after his papa's. And his daddy has his papa's first name as his middle name. But when Justice is German, when old Tom Cruise was doing all of those movies and he was Ethan somebody. Y'all know what I'm talking about? What are those movies? Mission Impossible. The Mission Impossible movies, and he was Ethan. That's the first time my son had ever heard the name Ethan and fell in love with it.
Ethan Hunt.
And, yeah, Ethan Hunt. And the minute he found out he was a boy, boom, he was Ethan. So he's named after Mission Impossible. And I was named after Kim Novak. That's why I'm not a Kimberly. My mom loved Kim Novak. Ethan is also in the Bible. Okay. I thought you came into my live. Just keep doing what you're doing. Homegrown is working on the books of the Bible. The new ones that are in here tonight that haven't been here before, he is reading the books of the Bible. He's done, most of them have the Amplified and King James Version, but some of them just have the Amplified. He's got Matthew, John, Romans, Acts, Hebrews, Galatians, and Proverbs. Seems like there's something else besides
Mark.
No, he didn't do Mark yet. I don't know if he's going to do Mark. I have no idea. But he is, he's reading those books. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So if you don't want to sit and read and would rather listen, with his calming voice, reading those books, it's awesome. Let's see. He's got the book of Proverbs in Amplified, the book of Galatians in King James Version, the Matthew Gospel in King James, Hebrews, King James, Hebrews in Amplified, Acts in King James, Matthew's also in Amplified. I'm just reading them in the order here. He's put them out. Ephesians is King James. Ephesians in Amplified. Romans, King James. Romans in Amplified. The Gospel John, King James. The Gospel John in Amplified. And he's working on another one. But he's doing a really, really good job. And his soothing voice. You never did answer me. Road. Bad Apple Media. You didn't answer me if you're still driving. If I was wrong that you had gotten hurt the last time I heard anything from you. You still there? I don't know. But anyway, Homegrown's working. That's why he's not here. I could have swore I saw him pop in and say hello. Am I crazy? Listen, y'all, I'm just glad. The reason I couldn't get it when Scan Family had kept telling me to swipe left to see my live chat, I was opening up chat and trying to slide it. So I Googled it, and it said the gray bar, so then I slid it before I opened it, and there was my live chat. And I thought, man, oh man, I've been off of YouTube too long, and I'm getting too old. Good grief. So do you have a greenhouse drop? Oh, okay. He was here for a bit. I thought he was. Thank you, Twisted Turkey. I could have swore I spoke to him. But he just come in to say hello. He's working on a Bible. And boy, is that a mess. I was on the phone with him one night when he was trying to work and fill the gaps and the time and get his voice right. And, oh, man, it takes him forever. You bought a house with a church in it. A church in a house? Or a church that has a house? Oh, I'm so glad, Diana. I'm very glad because I will say a prayer for you. Yes, I will. I guess Road went away. Oh, that's cool. We're in the market for a house. I want to go back to the farm. So does Ethan. We'll be there in June. We'll at least spend the summer there. Then in a couple of weeks, we're going to Guatemala. Oh, that's cool. I know you do, sweetheart. I know you do. And I will. Grief's horrible. Horrible. But, you know, the hairs on our head are numbered, and we only have so many days on this earth, and we're supposed to get up and thank God every day that He gave us another day, unless it's time for us to go home. We all have an assigned time, and if we're going to be here, we got to thank Him for being here, and thank Him for what we have, and thank Him for the time we had with our loved ones. Got my racks and grow lights there. Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. I kept my kitchen warm in front of a patio door and had metal racks. I never did buy grow lights. I just have to up pot them. I think that is so awesome. But other than tomatoes and peppers, everything, I stopped planting a lot of extra stuff. And then, of course, last year I had no idea. I had less than 2 weeks' notice that we were moving several states away. And Ethan and I had planted a garden. And I had chopped it down to, oh, that's cool. That's a nice size house. I think that's what my last house was with the upstairs. 2,800 square feet. And everything was white, so it was enough for me dusting all the time. My carpet was white. My baseboards were white. My walls were I don't know, it's a contractor's paint they used in North Carolina, that whatever you had in that room is what, there was a little bit of a reflection in that paint. I love that paint. I don't know what color it was, but it matched any room, any decor, anything that you had. All my tables were glass top. The baseboards were white. Windowsills were white. You should see me scooting around. Gosh. Let me look at this. I turned chat off on this phone somehow. Gosh, not sure I could up and move with the Listen, not only that, it was what I could fit in my vehicle and a few things on a little bitty box truck. So I spent most of my time shuffling stuff back to West Virginia and came with bare bones. I had about a week and a half's notice. Yeah. 2 weeks notice that they were leaving and I couldn't go, and then a week and a half's notice that then I could go with them. And I think that's when I had a stroke and got these black spots in my eyes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a story for another day. Let me tell you, I might have, I don't know, things are pretty good right now. So, not going to complain, not going to complain. Even if it wasn't, I'm not going to complain. I am with this pudding pop that I love so much. I miss everybody else. Oh, yeah, let me tell you, if it hadn't been for that little box truck that I could put a few things on, I bought those bags that you use a pump and suck the air out of everything and flatten it down as much as possible. And we put those bags of all of our clothes and his stuffed animals and our pillows. I smashed that stuff down as much as I could smash it. And then his books and his book bags. He's got a book bag with beach stuff, a book bag with soccer stuff, a book bag with, I'm so glad you found me too. It tickles me to death. Yeah, it was, but listen, y'all cannot believe, I have said to Ethan when we moved out of the other room into this room, I said, how did we get all this stuff in that room? And the only thing that's different is I bought four shelf rack so I could set the TV up. That's the only thing new in this room. I do not know how I got everything in that other room. Listen, I had a mobile home one time drop that it was a three bedroom mobile home, 1.5 bath. And when we moved out of that thing, I lived in it for 3 or 4 years. We got the longest, biggest U-Haul truck they had. Oh, okay, Moonface 5, honey. I'm so glad you were with us. God bless you. Moonface 5 said, God bless you, Ethan. You take care, honey. I'm not going to be much longer. I got to get off here and fix me and him some dinner. We haven't had dinner yet. It took 3 loads of the largest U-Haul. And let me tell you, I can pack a lot of stuff in a little bitty space. I'm a good packer. Ethan said, that's true. And I packed those. I couldn't lift everything, but I was showing everybody, and anything I could lift, I was on the truck redoing it so we could have more space. And moved out of that into a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, full basement house. I don't know how I got everything in there. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I would, in this day and time, consider that homeless. If you know where the gas stops are, I would think that would almost be a breath of fresh air. If you had a van and some solar generators and little camp stove and all that stuff, you could just go anywhere and park anywhere. I would find that to be a breath of fresh air in my life right now, even at my age. And then, of course, there's all kinds of people choosing to do it and doing it. And their YouTube channels are huge. But back in the day, it was considered homeless. And everybody felt bad for everybody. And everybody felt bad for themselves. And, but I think it'd be pretty cool if I had a van with a comfortable seat. Parked on the beaches in California. Well, my goodness, what are you complaining about? I don't know, though, depending on what time of the year. I was at Huntington Beach in April in California the year my granddaughter was born, 2016. And it was cold. I thought California would be hot. And we had to go buy jackets, like froze to death in the evenings. I mean, it was nice through the day. It wasn't even, really too hot when I went and took a tour of Disneyland World. Disneyland. Yeah, Disneyland's in California, World's in Florida. I didn't ride any rides or anything. Through the day, it was nice. But in the evenings, man, that wind was cold. And the beaches are so different on the West Coast than they are the East Coast. I just was shocked. I mean, you go to the beach on the East Coast, and if there's a town anywhere nearby, they're all tourist traps. And restaurants galore. And we found one restaurant on one pier above Huntington Beach. It wasn't like the East Coast at all. But it was a cute little diner. It was like a 1950s style diner. We went back there twice a night. We enjoyed it so much. Actually, our friend Lisa R. Hall's actually been there. She and I had talked about that. So, the AP was the only real news I had. I hate that Road went away and didn't have anything to say. I hope I didn't offend him. But I got sensitive over the resurrectionist thing, I guess, because we were just talking about death. So, I can't remember the password to this phone. Well, what happened to my chat? Oh, there it is. The chat went away. I can't work an Android. Cannot save my life. So most of the houses around I got hit with tornadoes had very little damage. Oh, that's a blessing. Out of power for 7 days. But you've got solar, don't you? We went without power for a day. We didn't. I did bring my 2 little solar boxes with me. They hold power for pretty good, I don't have any solar panels with me, but, as long as we've got power, and I pull those suckers out every little bit and make sure they're good and charged up. Yep, got solar, so yeah, you were in good shape. What we consider off-grid and roughing it a little bit, that's the way our grandparents were raised. Great-grandparents, too. I mean, especially. They didn't have solar generators. But now my solar panels, they're all at the farm. But I did bring those, little solar generators with me. I didn't bring my big one that's got 2,400 watts. Lynette, how are you, honey? Are you the one of the ones I commented on from my YouTube studio? I found all kinds of people today that had commented, and I didn't see it because I went to my YouTube studio. Or did you just accidentally find me? I'm here. I'm here. Now, this is a surprise. I don't know that I'll always come live at this time on Sunday, but I have planned, and I will put on the post if something happens. Like week before last, I was sick, and I didn't have the energy to go live. But I'll put a post up if I'm not going to be live. Oh, good. I'm glad you did. If there's no post on my channel saying any different at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 10 o'clock, no, sorry, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, I will be live every Friday. So, well, so fine. So, if you're available, I've been okay. I've been better. I've been worse. How have you been? I'm just so glad you found me. I am. What time on Fridays? 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I have done 2 Fridays now. You're getting old. Honey, I'll be 65 on my birthday in September. And it shocks me because, you know, in my head, when I think about stuff sometimes, last night or Friday night, Homegrown brought up, I went to see him 2 or 3 years ago, and PM, 10 o'clock a.m. is barely on my clock. And that's only because I have to take Ethan to school. Oh, that's right. We do. Me and Lynette share a birthday. That is right. I'd forgot about that. So you said that. Yup. There was something about you had my birthday, and then, oh, Lottie that used to come in. That was my great-grandmother's name. So we had that in common with Lottie. But he's got a phenomenal sound system in his studio, let me tell you. And he put on, well, I want to live to be 100. As long as I'm not a burden. I don't want to live to be 100 and somebody have to be wiping me and me be a burden, or be in a nursing home being mistreated, tossed around. I don't want that. But as long as I can get up and, you know, brush my own teeth and feed myself, yeah, I'd like to live to be 100. I saw a woman interviewed the other day that was 102, and I forget how old she said she was in school when they changed it to, they were taught that it was a flat earth, and then all of a sudden, no, it's a round earth. She was 102. Smoking Acres. I'm so glad you're back. I'm sorry to hear about your son. Did you change your name, or is that a name I'm supposed to remember? Listen, y'all. My brain. Wait a minute. I can't read it on there. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so sorry to hear about your son. I hope you keep going live. I don't know why his phone gets so dark. Like when you were on, I popped in Friday right at the end when the trolls were, I know, can you believe that? Amy Riser. God love your heart. I am glad to see you. Yes, I am. Everybody's changed their name. Now, if I forget, don't get offended because sometimes you have to tell me 2 or 3 times. But I might remember that, Smoking Acres, because I bet you're a smoking hot woman. And I'll remember that, hopefully. I am glad to see ya. Yeah, that's Amy Reiser, CJ. All my babies will find me before it's over. You was laughing. Oh, did you? I've never hiked the Appalachian Trail, lived in the Appalachians. What was you laughing about, Drop? What was you laughing about? Amy, Ethan's got a channel. Little Ethan, he can go live now. All he wanted to do was go live. Listen, we watched it every day. He needed 50 subscribers to go live, and then I asked him if he wanted to go live, and he didn't want to go live, so put it up on your TV. You know I never did fool with my thumbnails or take any pride or interest or anything in my channel, but, you know, when it's your grandson, it's different. And his little channel's pretty. And there was 500 Ethans, like I never found him a title. Ethan's Life Journey, finally, we come up with. So these little banners, a little boy sitting at the crossroads of 2 paths. Camped in tents before the airbags were invented. Oh, yeah, we'd camped. My grandpa had... somebody will drop his link. Oh, I can drop his link. Oh, no. I don't have me on this phone. I only have him on this phone. Somebody will drop the link. Amy, don't worry. What was I saying? Oh, when I was a kid, we went to the river, and my grandpa had gotten an army tent. And everybody in the family had trucks. Oh, you found it? Okay. Ethan's Life Journey. Well, cool. And if my grandpa would come and all my uncles, they would bring mattresses, old mattresses, and set up that army tent. It was a big old huge army tent. Otherwise, I slept in the front seat. You know, this is the 60s. We had these big old hoopty Chevrolet cars. I slept in the front seat. My mom slept in the back seat, and my dad put cushion stuff in the trunk of the car, and he slept in the trunk. And then he made a little 2-eye stove for my mom and hooked it to propane before there was such a thing. Him and his uncle welded it and worked on that thing because my daddy wanted my mommy to be able to fry bacon and eggs at the river. And then it was a good fishing spot. It's the mouth of Indian Creeks where we always went. And catch any kind of fish in the world. Smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, catfish. I caught the biggest fish one time when we went. It was a big old catfish. I forget how many inches, like it's 28 inches or something. We had a blast. We had an absolute blast. Only way to take a bath was in the river. We'd wash in the river with soap and use shampoo in our hair, and I had a blast. And then, oh my goodness, I guess by the time I was about 14, my dad bought one of those campers that slides on the back of the truck, that the top goes over the cab of the truck. And we had that for a few years. And then by the time I was in the, let's see, we might have got that camper when I was Ethan's age or 10 years old, something like that. And then by the time I was 12, 13, 14, we got a 5th wheel trailer. But listen, you know, I made that outdoor kitchen with a Coleman stove and a 1-eye butane burner and a propane gas grill. JK gave me that grill, and it's setting out. One of the legs had started to rust. I need to call my neighbor and ask him if he'll go get that grill, get it out of the weather for me. I'll have to get that leg fixed. JK gave me that. We didn't carry, I might have carried it in the cabin. Did we carry everything off of the table at the little outdoor kitchen at the farm before we left? Did we get Uncle JK's grill off of the table, Ethan?
What?
Nothing. That's okay. Well, anyway, but it reminds me of that. It reminds me of that. I like cooking outside. And then in the winter, I cook on my cast iron on a wood-burning stove. So, I mean, I was born. Well, I wasn't born camping, but I was raised camping. So, you know, half of my family thinks I'm crazy for having that farm off-grid. But listen, I've got those solar generators. I got the one that's 2400 watt. I've got another one that's just 150 watt. It just runs Christmas lights on the porch to brighten it up. And then I've got one that's 300 watts. It runs my kitchen light. You know, and if I don't leave that light on through the day, which I don't need it on through the day, that little thing will last us a week before I have to plug it up. But I bought the solar panel for it. It's got a 50-watt solar panel, and I've got the cord and everything. I'm going to connect it to a solar panel so I don't have to worry about plugging it in, because that 150 watts, it takes forever that thing to charge. It takes as long for it to charge as it does my 2400 watt. But I don't have any solar panels here, so I just pull them out, make sure they're charged up, and I know how to save the, you know, using it if we need it. And I bought butane so we can cook. We did have a power outage, and Ethan's mom got up, and, you know, she hasn't been real big on, you know, prepping. And, yeah, I don't do the solar generators, but do have 1,000 amp solar battery bank. Well, I wish I could figure out how to set one up. My neighbor says he's going to. I'm going to do a battery bank for my well, because right now I use a gas generator for my well. And I'm going to do 2 cisterns, water up, you know, even like with the roof of the 2 cabins. And then just let gravity fill the commodes and the sink, so I don't have to run the generator very long and use very much gas for my well. But I'm thinking about getting one of those hand pumps for my well. See, when I first put my well in, had all kinds of money to spend on that place, they didn't have such thing. Now they do have deep well pumps, hand pumps. I'm so glad to see you and everyone. Have to go bath and, oops, it went away. All right, honey, you do that. Solar one costs around $300. A solar what costs $300? Drop. A solar what costs $300? Generator? Now, I paid $2,000 for my 2400 watt. It's a Blue Eddy. But my 300 watt, I got it for about $150. The solar well pump? Well, see, my well's 280 feet deep. And it's got a 3/4 horsepower pump on it. Everybody's told me I need a whole lot of wattage. I have to have the startup wattage on that thing is 5,000, and then it maintains at 3,500. So I have to have something that'll do the startup at 5,000 watts. And I have watched so many YouTube. Take care, sweetheart. Now, everybody be sure and pray for Diana. She's having a hard time. Remember in your prayers. Depends on the pump. I just told you it's a 3/4 amp, and they told me it needs a minimum of 3,000 watts to maintain and 5,000 watt startup. Ain't that enough information? I will remember you in prayers, Diana. I promise. Anybody that came in late, she lost her husband July 28th last year. She found him, and it was not a good situation, so she needs our prayers. But yeah, I'd like to do a hand pump on my well. Depends on the well. It's 280 feet deep and a 3/4 horsepower pump on it's the only thing I can tell you. That's the only thing I can tell you. We love you too, Diana. Wells around here are usually 500 feet. Yeah, but West Virginia's in the mountains. Now, he found a spot that was less than that, but he was afraid it wasn't good enough, and if we had a dry spell, he didn't want my well going dry like my neighbor. His well, because I'm higher than he is, he dips down. He's kind of in a bowl in the mountains, and his well's only I think his well's only 150, 200 feet deep. No. 30 feet deep. His well's 30 feet deep, and mine's 280 feet deep. Yeah, 280 feet deep is what my well is. He hit water before that, but he decided he was going to try it deeper, and I got tons of most beautiful. It comes through sandstone. It's a big sandstone thing. Boy, that dust was everywhere. But it's beautiful water, and I can fill up a pitcher. Also, prayer for you at 10 p.m. What pops in my head? Remember, I know I do sometimes, and sometimes I don't. And when I don't, Amy, I feel so bad. But I remember everybody at whatever time I pray. And I pray multiple times a day, and I'll say, my YouTube family, don't forget my YouTube family I love so much. You know each and every one of them, Lord. But I thought if we lost, but there was plenty of nights I did at 10 o'clock. I thought, I've disappeared, nobody's seeing me, and we're supposed to pray at 10 o'clock. And yes, I still have my off-grid farm. Wouldn't get rid of that for nothing. Yep. I got plenty of people around. Keep check on it. It's in farm country. I know everybody around, so they keep an eye on it. It was pretty damp in the fall last year, and I had given my neighbor the key. And he went in, he would go up and open up the door through the day for me when it would warm up to help it dry out. Because it will get damp in there. I insulated it till, it'll stay cool, and then it warms up outside, and it'll get a little condensation on stuff. Just enough to make the blankets and towels damp. Oh, yeah. Yep. We're surrounded by cows. Miss my chickens. Wish I could get back long enough. But anyway, we left last year just in time. The peppers were coming in. The tomatoes were coming in. Because I got a late start on the garden. The weather wasn't cooperating. So we were getting zucchini and squash and tomatoes and peppers. And then when the rolling hills, what you call mountains here. How many feet above sea level are you? Our mountains are 200,000 to 400,000 feet above, 2.5, 2,500 to almost 4,000 square feet above sea level. I mean, we're right in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains. How many feet above sea level are you? Now, my farm's only about 2,500 feet above sea level, but not 10 minutes down the road. Not even 1,000 here. Oh, well, what you talking about? Yeah, you just got hills. We've got mountains. I lived in Ohio one time for a little while, and they go, you know that steep hill you have to go up. You know what road? I'm the only one that's got the steep hill. I didn't know what they were talking about. It was a little knoll to me. She'd take me to show me. I said, well, this is just a little knoll, a little hump in the road. 2K is what you call a mountain in Montana. Well, my neighbor has a thing that wherever you stand, it'll tell you how many feet above sea level you are. And my cabin is 2,200 feet above sea level. But when me and Ethan took a big trip this summer, we were, gosh, I think it was 6,000 feet above sea level. Let me tell you, that trip made me swell. My ears kept popping. We saw beautiful Midwest, though. I went and saw, I wouldn't take a trip back to see Mount Rushmore again for nothing, because they make it look real big on TV, but it's not. But, of course, I come from West Virginia where there's mountains, you know. You see a rock cliff, you know, it's huge. I mean, I appreciate the man's artistry and work and talent. But I was so disappointed in the size. So was Ethan's daddy. It was crazy. Did I move for everybody to see my flag? Now, under it's the American flags, what Ethan wanted for his background. I kind of scooted my chair over, but I keep moving. Oh, a lava field. Yeah. Well, past that, let's see. I don't remember where we were that we were so... gosh. I can't remember what state we were in. We were on a big mountain and had a big sign that it was the highest point on some historical trail. Seems like it's 6,000 square feet. Feet above sea level. You like my flag? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I just put it above Ethan's American flag. I gotta figure out how to roll it up, get it out of the way. I don't want to fool with those push pins all the time. So anyway. Route 60. No, I wasn't on Route 60. We were on Interstate 90, I think. 80-mile-an-hour speed limit, so you know that meant I was going 90. 95. 100 in some places. But you know, that trip pissed me off because there was hours and hours and hours and hours of land that we went through. There was absolutely no reason the Indians was run off of that land. It's not being used. I mean, that just burnt me up. Now, parts of it has those big ugly windmills for as far as you can see. Craziness. Well, does anybody have anything to say? We've been on here, oh my gosh, 94 minutes. Holy cow. Ugh. I was only going to be an hour. I got to go fix us dinner. I'm starved to death. Carnivore diet, it's time for me to shove some meat in my mouth. Okay, nothing. It was good to see everybody. It really was. Surprised to see you drop. You found me. Yay. 10 o'clock Friday nights. Come back. Amy, thrilled to see you. Diana, was thrilled to see her. My regulars, I'm always thrilled to see y'all. We'll get this one growing. I have grown since I've been going live. You're just trading tomorrow. I forget how many since in the past month. I think like 20 or something. That's pretty good in a month. I'm growing. So anyway, we'll get it back. We'll get the word out to our people that I'm live again. I'll show up somewhere in a feed. Sweet Earth Farm. Glad you could drop in too. I thought you'd left. I hadn't seen you saying anything. How's your farm? Let me ask you real quick. Did you get all of your stuff done on your farm? I'm still not finished. Well, summer before last, we had to spend it in Virginia, and then, no, you're all right. Twisted Turkey, you're all right, baby. You're all right. You're all right. You are just fine. So it's not finished. The weeds are high. My neighbor's tractor, whatever he puts on it to keep the weeds down for me. Not everything yet, but lots of improvements. That's good. You can't even see the driveway for the leaves. I was there at Christmas time. We left and my neighbor got to harvest my garden. He did make us some cowboy candy with our peppers. He used sweet banana peppers, hot banana peppers, jalapeno peppers, and pablimo peppers. And made us some cowboy candy. And like a dummy, I put it on a carry-on suitcase. I couldn't bring it with us. And had to call Ethan's dad. Y'all come back. I'm not letting the airport have my cowboy candy. And he'd give me 3 pints of it to take with me. And I dropped one of the pints as soon as I got there. Put it in the refrigerator. You make it? I love that stuff. I've never made it. Don't have to. My neighbor makes it and gives it to me. But I make stuff that he don't make. So it's a good, even trade. So anyway, all right. Well, I love y'all. I will see you, Lord willing, and a creek don't rise, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Friday night. And I might try to do a Sunday live and at least have 2 lives a week. If that works. No, I don't want no ghost peppers. No, I can't. I have to take the seeds out of the jalapenos. No, I can't do it. But anyway, hopefully everything goes well. I'm still alive and kicking. 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Friday night. I'll see y'all. Much love to everybody.